Hello, this is another exciting episode of U.Gov. U.Gov is all about you and the government. I am Itohan. This week on the show, we are looking at a very interesting topic. We're actually starting a series looking at the various parastatals of government, the various agencies of government and their functions. We're starting with the police. You and the police. We'll let you know more after this time out.
I'm a business owner, and like every business owner, on a day-to-day basis, you have to deal with a lot of things. Some are nice, some are not so nice, and it could become very distracting. And for me, I keep myself above all the distractions by ensuring that inside me, I have the right information that keeps me focused, clear, and grounded on what it is my ultimate visions are. That's why I pay attention to Pastor Chris. And I invite you to do the same. And there is no better time and no better opportunity to do that than with the Pastor Chris in Every Home campaign. Now, we spend a lot of time listening to all kinds of information. Now, I advise you to do this one this time. Try to spend your time focusing on the Word of God as preached by Pastor Chris and see how much farther it'll take you. For this campaign, we will watch, we will spread, and we will sponsor. Everybody needs Pastor Chris in every home. And that's exactly what's going to keep you over in this time and in time to come.
You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is U.Gov and I am Itohan. This week on the show, we are looking at the police. Yes, what does the police do? Who is the police? I am at the office of the Lagos State Command, the office of the PRO of the Lagos State Command. She is SP Dolapo Badmus and she'll be telling us all about the police. Thank you so much, Ma, for having us in your office today.
Pleasure is mine.
And we want to know you, we want the viewers to know you and your functions, your office. What do you do, Ma?
Well, basically, what's the duty of a PRO in general? The duty of a PRO in general is, as the name connotes, public relations officer. I'm expected to relate with members of the public. I'm a face of the force. I deal with members of the public, get the feedback from them and bring it into the organization and also feed the public what the organization does.
So now you've told us about you and your duties, your functions, essentially. So let us know more about the police. Is the police created by law? What is or who is the police?
Well, police, like you know, the Constitution says, and there shall be an organization called the Nigeria Police Force. And according to Section 4, they ruled out the duties of a police officer. And their duties are one, protection of lives and property. Two, they are to detect crime, and they are to prevent it. So we can basically say that's prevention and detection of crime. And then the number three work they also do is to ensure that every other insurgent, they defend internal defense of Nigeria is also their duty. And basically they apprehend offenders, they prosecute offenders. So these are the major work as stipulated by the Constitution for police to do.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. From your favorite station, reaching you right where you are.
At home, at work, or on the move.
We are right at your doorstep. Never again miss a thing around the globe. We are minutes by minutes on world events.
No matter how close or far from your world.
News from the right perspective. News as it should be.
We are.
Love What Plus News.
Love What Plus News.
Love What Plus News.
This is still you.gov, and I am still at the office of the Lagos State Police Command, PRO Dolapo Badmus. Thank you so much, Mav. We were talking about the duties of the police. So now, can a citizen, an ordinary citizen on the street, ask the police for help?
Well, basically, the police are the helpers. They're supposed to be the defender. Well, I don't know the kind of help you're talking about, but when you are in distress, you can always, the next person to call upon should be a police officer or should be police. And so when you need help, when you need safety, when you need protection, when you want to break even with a crime, just call on the police and they should be able to do that.
Okay. You know, the way you're talking now, you have a friendly disposition and easy to talk to face generally. But people out there, they really feel it is quite difficult, like in issues of maybe stop and search. If police is telling you, let me see your driver's license, for instance, a lot of people seem to be afraid. Why do you think that is?
Why should people be afraid of the police? It's only the criminals that should be afraid of the police. We used to tell members of the public, if you are an innocent citizen, if you are a legal citizen, if you don't engage yourself in criminality, you don't need to be afraid of the police, because the police is your friend. And then police supposed to be your friend. So what I used to tell members of the public is their approach. When a policeman stops you, smile and say, how are you, officer? How's the day been with you? How is work? And then the police will come back to you in a friendly manner. But most times, when police stop people, their mindset, they have come again. And then from onset, they are rude. Yes, what do you want from me? How can I help you? You know, those are the words that will ordinarily bring out hunger in the junior ranks. And it most times leads to friction. But I dream of a police force that will be embraced by all the members of the public. And the leadership of the force is working to achieve that.
So now, Ma, you talked about maybe junior police officers getting agitated or getting angry. So can you throw more light on that?
Forget the fact that police men are also human beings, and everyone deserves right to be respected. Everyone deserves right to be loved and to show care. And coupled with the fact that they work under tense atmosphere, it might ignite, but that does not signify the fact that they have to get angry. But I am telling you that there are moments they may get angry because of the treatment they receive. Take for example, I have an uncle, and every other day he will call me, talk to your people. And a day I had to call him and I sat him down. And I'm like, why is it that whenever you have an encounter with police, it must lead to friction? And he said, oh, I don't know why. Maybe because I work late at night, or because I said, okay, can't you try something? Next time a policeman stops you, wind your glass down, smile at them, and say, officer, how have you been? How's your work been? And he tried it 2-3 times. He called me back. He said, oh, it seems that works. Because immediately I went down and I said, oh, how are you? How is work? Hope you are not tired. Oh, they just said, okay, can we know you? Okay, you can move. Because they felt, oh, this is someone that really, show concern and really appreciate what we do. It's even like you are taking your children, for example. You send them the first time, and you are not saying thank you. The children of nowadays, they will even say, oh, mommy, I'm going for about the third time, and you are not even saying thank you. And so it's like bringing in what we call norm into it.
And now, before we came here, we actually had a lot of opinions from people on the street talking about their relationship with the police in the past. So let us take a listen to that clip, and that's our Street Teacher segment. You.gov will be right back. Stay with us.
I believe the police are here to defend Nigeria as a country and also to speak for the people. But they are doing the other way around. You will see a police harassing a man that has nothing, but you expect that man to give you something. Must he give you something to just pass him? Can't you just pass him freely without collecting something from him? But you want to collect something before you pass him, which is not supposed to be so.
I think the cause of that is just the government, poor management. They're not giving the police the right to orientation they need to go about their daily duties. I think that's all, because the citizens are fine. Nigerians are peaceful people. Once the governments are doing very well, everybody's okay. But when the governments are doing something else, the police are doing something else, then what do you want to expect everybody to do? They also act crazy too. That's the way it is.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. From your favorite station, reaching you right where you are.
At home, at work, or on the move.
We are right at your doorstep. Never again miss a thing around the globe. We are minutes by minutes on world events.
No matter how close or far from your world.
News from the right perspective. News as it should be.
We are.
We are.
Love What Plus News.
Love What Plus News. Love What Plus News.
You're welcome back. You're still here with me in the office of the Lagos State Command, the office of the PRO of the Lagos State Command, and we were talking about the attitude of policemen, police officers, and how they are perceived. That was our Street Teacher segment, and you heard the opinions of Nigerians. So, Ma, looking at or hearing those opinions, how can you change the mindset of people out there?
Well, the first thing I will tell the member of the public is, one, the police is their own. That's why it's called the Nigeria Police Force. The earlier we come together to sensitize, to help the force, the better for us. But when people call me, they will say, oh, you're policemen. And then I will ask, why are you calling them my own policemen? They are not my policemen. They are our policemen, because it's Nigeria Police Force. And if the earlier we start, the leadership of the force has created a lot of avenues for corrections to be made when anything goes wrong. The latest one is the launching of Police Complaint Response Unit, where the phone numbers are reeled out, where the platforms you can communicate with them are reeled out. We want the member of the public to be watchdog to our men. And they just don't see something go wrong and they keep quiet. Let them report to appropriate authority, let actions be taken. It will serve two things. When the policemen know, oh, we are being watched, they will be careful. And secondly, when they see, oh, there is punishment. If I commit any offense, I will be duly punished. Then they stay clear of committing an offense. So it still boils down to the member of the public. It still goes back to them to help the force sanitize the force. So we should stop complaining. We should act the action.
Do you have helplines that people in need, people in distress can actually call for help?
Okay, I will give you a booklet. That booklet contains, we have 107 divisions in Lagos and 13 area commands. The number to reach the DPOs are on it. The number to reach the Commissioner of Police is on it. And then you help us flash it during your program, especially the ones of the Commissioner of Police at the headquarters. And justice will be done.
So this is a booklet. Okay, so I'm with a booklet showing some of the numbers. The Lagos State Command, the Nigerian Police Force, they have numbers. Would also be scrolling those numbers, and you get to have numbers you can call in case of distress. And Ma, some time ago you talked about an app being introduced by the police force. Can you throw more light on the use of that app?
We have smart police applications. And what the smart police app does is, when you're in distress, you can come in as an anonymous person. When you press the alert panic mode button, it sends signal to our control room, and pronto the policeman will be there. And if you want to register and your name and everything, you can also register. So when you want to report any incident, you will be able to report to the control room, and then they will get it done. It's called Smart Police Application. You can download it from Google Play Store.
So now, finally, I want to just ask you about warrant of arrest. People have been asking, policemen come to my house to just pick people up. What is the mode? How should they arrest people?
Well, capital offenses need warrant of arrest. And then when it's not all the time that police go for warrant of arrest, there are offenses that you're committing immediately, and when you're believed that going to get the warrant of arrest might allow escape, then you can be arrested immediately. Even you as a member of the public, you have power of arrest. If you see anyone committing any crime, you can arrest. But the next thing is you hand over to the police immediately.
Thank you so much, Ma, for your time. It was a very nice discussion we had. Thank you for giving us the view that the police is actually our friend and they are actually approachable just the way we were able to approach you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, this is still you.gov, and we have some tidbits for you on the show this week. Stay with us.
I'm a business owner, and like every business owner, on a day-to-day basis, you have to deal with a lot of things. Some are nice, some are not so nice, and it could become very distracting. And for me, I keep myself above all the distractions by ensuring that inside me I have the right information that keeps me focused, clear, and grounded on what it is my ultimate visions are. That's why I pay attention to Pastor Chris. And I invite you to do the same. And there is no better time and no better opportunity to do that than with the Pastor Chris in Every Home campaign. Now, we spend a lot of time listening to all kinds of information. Now, I advise you to do this one this time. Try to spend your time focusing on the Word of God as preached by Pastor Chris and see how much farther it'll take you. For this campaign, we will watch, we will spread, and we will sponsor. Everybody needs Pastor Chris in every home. And that's exactly what's going to keep you over in this time and in time to come.
Interesting. It's been an interesting episode of You.gov. This week we looked at you and the police. We heard about the functions of the police. It was indeed really interesting for me. I hope you were able to pick out one or two information from the police PRO of the Lagos State Command. And I have a booklet showing numbers that you can call in case of distress, in case you see the commission of crimes around your area or you want to report an issue or the other. The numbers will also be scrolling and showing on your screen right now. If you have comments for us, you can log on to www.loveoplus.org. You can also join us on King's Chat. We have a super user page. You can join us on UCOS, and you can join us by sending emails to info@loveoplus.org. I am Itohan, and from me, it's bye for now.